Okay, now we're going to look at differences of two squares. So differences of two squares is, as the name suggests, the difference of two squares is when you have one squared term subtract another squared term. So we tend to see it in this sort of format. So a squared minus b squared. These a squared and b squared are squared terms. And when you factorize it, you essentially get the square root of a. So square root of a squared, which is a, plus square root of b squared, which is b, in one bracket, and then a minus b in the other brackets, like so. So let's look at this one here. X squared minus 9. X squared is a squared term, and 9 is also a squared term. So that already tells us that we're going to be doing difference of two squares. So if you are in an exam and you see something in this sort of in the format of a squared minus b squared, so if you see that you've got two sort of squared terms and it's in this sort of format, then that tells you that you are doing difference of two squares. So the square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 9 is 3. So x plus 3, and then the other one's going to be x minus 3. This one here, so this is difference of two squares, dots. Square root of 4 is 2, square root of y squared is y, square root of 25 is 5, so that's going to be in one. Then in the other one, same thing, but we're going to switch the sign. This one here, difference of two squares. Square root of 121 is 11, square root of b squared is b, square root of 49 is 7, so plus 7. Then on the other side, same thing, but change the sign. This one here, square root of 36 is 6, square root of p squared is p, square root of 64 is 8, and square root of q squared is q. Same thing on the other side, but we're going to change the sign. Doesn't matter which way you put it, you can put 6p minus 8q here, and then 6p plus 8q on the second bracket. Doesn't really matter what order you put it, you'll still get it correct. Okay, this one here, factorize this one here. You may see this m to the power of 4. Remember, m to the power of 4 is the same thing as m squared times by m squared. So you've times in m squared by itself, so it is still technically a squared number, which you'd get as m to the power of 4. Okay. So this one here, square root of 16 is 4. Square root of m to the power of 4 is m squared. Square root of 25 is 5. And square root of n squared is n. And then same thing, but change the sign.